Well, welcome to Truth and Media. And hey, it's early, about 7:32 a.m. this morning. And I am looking at something I just had to get on and just say something about. Show you this here. Trump. Okay, so guys, I don't know what to think about this. This is a crazy election. But Trump came out with one of the most devastating videos that I have ever seen put together. I mean, well, of course, they're good at what they do. But many creators have actually noticed that Kamala's gaffing and things that she says sound pretty dumb. And, of course, Trump is going to be right on that. So anyway, it's not meant to be a long video. It's just kind of to show you what happened. So I'm going to play it. You let me know what you think.
We'll find out about her IQ during the debate. Okay, let's find out about her IQ. So, we have this great system. I want to show you just one other thing, please. Do you mind putting it up, please? Thank you.
We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making. Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically that's wrong.
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us. Right?
The Caribbean nations, island nations, in the Western Hemisphere. That is where the Caribbean is. We are also in the Western Hemisphere. They are our neighbors. I am here, standing here on the northern flank, on the eastern flank, talking about what we have in terms of the eastern flank. I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. Space is exciting. It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree that there are things and tools that are available to us to slow this thing down. We will work together and continue to work together to address these issues, to tackle these challenges, and to work together as we continue to work.
Do you ban plastic straws?
I think we should. Yes. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. It's really difficult to drink out of a paper straw when if you don't gulp it down immediately, it starts to bend. Yes. And then, the little thing catches it. And then, so we got to kind of perfect that one a little bit more.
Do you know, a bit of a history lesson. Do you know that the women's teams were not allowed to have brackets until 2022? So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. AI is kind of a fancy thing. First of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence. As a woman, there's a balance to be struck between being tough and being a Turn that off.
So if you listen to Kamala's speeches, you'd never even know that she's been running the country. She's been running the country for 4 years and doing a horrible job. Look at what's happened to our country. We are a failing nation. I hate to say it, we are a failing nation. I wish I didn't have to do this. I wish I didn't have to go and do this. I wish they were great. I wish they'd make our country great, but they're going to destroy our country. You know it. They even know it, and probably they're doing it on purpose. It's hard to believe, but they're probably doing it.
Okay, so I guess we all can tell that something very, very wrong is going on. Just something wrong. Something is wrong. And just watching that whole thing, it sounds like when you're listening to Kamala and you're listening to her talk, that she's trying to cover up and say things that are deep and profound, but at the same time, not saying anything at all. Deliberately, like Trump said. And then again, it's easy to say, yeah, she's a dummy. And yeah, a lot of things she said are absolutely dumb. But then on the other hand, when you look at President Trump or former President Trump, the use of the words that he's using to, it's almost like programmed. It just seems like it's programmed. And I'll just say that, to expose how dumb the things are going on around here. And what she says and what Biden says, Sleepy Joe, dumb Kamala, and anyone else who is on the other side, it kind of makes the MAGA look like they are vicious and mean, and the spirit that is coming out of the MAGA Christianity is one that you don't want to really embrace either, because when you embrace that, we all know that being mean and pushing someone out of the way is not the way we should be doing as Christians. So we have a real issue, I'll just say this: Trump comes off as a bully, which is traditional. He's been, when he first showed up on the scene, we did want someone who was an alpha male who stepped in there and said, hey, let's get this thing together. Let's make America great again. And we're going to push our way to do that. And that sounded pretty good in the very beginning, until we saw where it was leading. And it didn't quite lead in the direction that we wanted it to go. But at the same time, the Democratic Party has forced us to go in that direction because of the ugliness of the Democratic Party. The things that the Democrats are doing are absolutely despicable. So we have these choices. We could lean to the right or embrace the left, which, again, no one wants to do that unless, you're mostly the party of the ridiculous people who are living life like nothing really matters, and they are embracing lifestyles that are damaging and self-destructive. We all know that. We all know that the LGBTQ, the women's rights movement, the liberation movement, all of the movements, the social engineering that they've been doing for maybe over the past 25 years has led this country down the drain. And so we all know that, whether it's been pushing for any particular social agenda has always led to destruction of the family. So we don't want that. But at the same time, now we have the ultra conservatives pushing for a control that God never really meant for man to have over human beings, because the ultimate end of ultra conservatism is going to be military dictatorship control, to the point that no one has any freedom, and a police state. And it's either going to be a country that is ruled by anarchy, which is what the Democrats want, anything goes, and progressivism, or it's going to be all the way over to the right, a country that is ruled by laws that are dystopian, and laws that just overwhelm people with how much more difficult it is to live in a society that is that controlled by Big Brother. So we have those two extremes. And I think what has happened there is a deliberate attack on most Americans' intelligence to bring that to pass. It's just my thought on it. You let me know what you think about it. Wanted to get on and just make a comment or two about it. But again, that was really interesting. Kamala did show herself as pretty dumb. But then on the other hand, Trump is showing himself to be Trump, which is the bully, the big boy with the big stick, and whopping people every time he catches them in the wrong, which is, he has a case. But then he said, I think that they are doing it deliberately. What do you think? Anyway, you let me know what you think.